Smollies. Hello Wastelanders, welcome to Smollies Gaming. Today we're diving into the nitty-gritty of Fallout 76 Enclave weapon rolls. Maybe you've seen my other video and you're looking to get more information on EPRs. What this video is trying to be is a complete expert's guide to Enclave rolling and modding in 2024. As modern as we can possibly take it. I've talked to experts, real people who have done this a bunch. I've gotten in touch with them, and this video is the product of it. So if you're looking for the end-all, be-all video on Enclave rifles, this is it. Please stay tuned. So as you can see on screen, I've written out a quick 4-step list of things you need to do as a player in order to farm both the rifles themselves and the mods that come with it. So you'll see you'll spawn into a public server, check the 2 vendors in Watoga. There's a Brotherhood and just the normal railway vendor, and then check to see if the event dropped connection is active. That's an Enclave event, and the nice thing about this event is if you successfully complete it, there is a 1 in 3 chance it will give you a pre-modded Enclave rifle or pistol, and that comes in handy later as you are rolling for legendaries. So you just need to rinse and repeat from there and follow along as I show you how to do that. So spawning into Watoga, it's gonna look, you're gonna come down to right here at Watoga Station. It's kind of covered up by this Monster Mash symbol here, but you just spawn in and you should pop out right around here. You can just, from here, sprint up the stairs, through all this crap, and over here to the vendor bot. Now we're gonna quick run over to mods. And there is no Enclave mods. That's to be expected. When I'm doing this stuff, I get about one mod an hour on a good day. I mean, some days you can go for less, some days I get 2 in a row. It can be really freaky. But if you're anything like me and you don't get any mods in from these two vendors, make sure to jump on the map and check to see if the Enclave event dropped connection is active, because as I mentioned before, it has a 1 in 3 chance of giving you a pre-modded EPR. So that's really useful later on when it comes to modding and when you start to roll legendaries, when you're looking for that really excellent 10 out of 10 quad or bloodied or vamp. You're gonna be looking for pre-modded weapons to start rolling on. As you can see, you're watching me run one of these drop connections. I wasn't successful in this specific run of getting one of the plasma rifles, but it drops pretty frequently, like I said, about 1 in 3 times. What instead I wanted to throw up on screen was a series of snippets I took from a very important Google Docs that I will include in the description of this video. Shout out to I think it's Miffy who created this document. I'm not exactly sure, but the original is included, as I said, as a link in the description, so please check that out. But what first I wanted to draw your attention to is this, which is the listed specific drop rates for mods and weapons. It also includes a few other events which I didn't touch on. I didn't feel like there was a need to, because this has worked pretty well for me. But you'll also see we can move on to I'm just gonna flash them really quick up on the screen here. The various mods that you're looking for, and if they can come already on a rifle from one of these drop connection events, or you're going to have to find it for yourself. You're going to have to mod it yourself. You'll see like the capacitors, for example. Here are the capacitors. These aren't going to drop on a weapon. Only the standard capacitor is going to drop on a weapon. So you're going to have to keep that in mind while you're doing this. But once you do that, it's a good chance that you get that one of those starting weapons, which is really important as we move on to the next portion of the video, which is rolling for legendaries, and which legendaries do you want and which mods do you want on the legendaries. It gets pretty complex, so bear with me here. We're gonna work through it. I have some really good sources for all this, so please bear that in mind. So first things first, basically you only want to roll in Enclave with a reflex mod installed. So that's a reflex sight, and what I mean by that is there's a whole bunch. There's like a bunch of night vision and long distance scopes. They're all kind of trash. You want a reflex scope. It will increase its trade value immensely. So definitely start with that. Once you start looking out for mods and accumulating more rifles from doing drop connections, make sure to hold on to those rifles with the reflex mod installed. With that said, there's 4 different types of Enclave rifles you can make: automatics, flamers, splitters, and snipers. So the choice, whichever one you choose, it determines which mod you're slapping on there. There's automatic mods, there's flamer mods, there's splitter mods, and there's sniper mods. Moving on to the real nitty-gritty of all of this, what you really want to know, which roles are going to be the best for you to use both personally, and which are going to be those really high-level value trade targets. And I have a source from Reddit. He's very, very knowledgeable. I'll put his name up in the corner somewhere, or maybe down in the description. But he really helped me out with this. And I'm just going to walk you through quickly throw it up on the screen, which exactly are the roles that you should be looking out for. You might not understand off bat what all these terms mean. All right, it's pretty complex to see a wall of just letters and numbers that don't really mean anything to you thrown up on screen. And that can be confusing. I'm going to be making another video, so if you want an in-depth explanation, please look on my channel for all these terms described to you. I'll try to do the best here as I can in this video, but there's just going to be some that escape me, and for that I apologize. So let's dive right in here. What are the best roles for Enclave weapons for you personally to use as you're playing about? As you can see, the bloodied 50 chance, crit chance, 25% VATS is king in almost everything except snipers. If you want a great splitter, flamer, whatever, it's going to be one of the top sought after, both in performance and in trade values. Specifically, for snipers, you want to gravitate more towards that 15% reload, you see, just because it's going to matter a whole lot more when you're using a sniper. If for vampires, if you roll a really nice looking vampire, definitely look at making a flamer. Flamers are the way to go. That's my personal weapon of choice in all of this. You've actually seen it previously in the video, is my vampire flamer. It puts in a lot of work, so that 50% break really does help. And for this, I'm just gonna throw it up right as I got it, straight from the horse's mouth. As you can see, there are certain items that are just simply worth more in the value charts. You can go through and read this paragraph for yourself just to give you an idea of which are more sought after in the trade market. But as you can see, there's some interesting things of note, like the 50% crit is a little bit higher valued than the 25% faster firing rate. Just little things like that. I would pay attention to this only in the later stages of the rolling process. Just pay attention to where you land and where the direction, what kind of build you want to take it in, and that's a really good place to start off with. Okay, some last few things of note before I leave you here. One is AP management. Enclave pistols are AP hogs, so invest in full AP regen armor and build. Bloody builds are popular due to the damage output. Full bloody unyielding AP bar is key. Bloodied works great for all Enclaves except Flamers, where the faster fire rate can shine at full health. So basically that just means that you're gonna be using your EPR a lot in VATS. Just keep that in mind, just like my character's using on screen right now. You got to pay attention to that AP bar that just ran out. These are things that are important. So just like the text says, if you're using one of these weapons, please invest into AP regen, AP armor, maybe some, I believe, company coffees or teas, company teas maybe. All great stuff for this. Okay, so you have a direction of where to go and you have some idea of where the values lie. What other mods do you need? Well, as I mentioned before, reflex and aligned barrel are just must-haves. Forceful stock is best, but precise stock is a close second for flamers. Don't pay more than 10,000 caps for any other stock. Bruising pistol grip is okay, and the capacitor depends on the build. Calibrated is for bloodied, prime is for flamers, if you can feed it, and the severe beta wave can heal friendly NPCs, if that's something you're interested in doing. I've seen that a lot used in events, is where you have to escort or heal, you know, the event in the arena. I can't remember its name. But there you have it, Wastelanders. This is your guide to maximizing your Enclave weapon potential. If you found this at all helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to me, and please let me know if I left anything out. I'm sure I have, but I meant for this to be all-encompassing. I think I hit on most points, if not already, you know, in these closing few scenes. So thanks. This has been Smully's